The invasion of Ukraine has landed Russia into some serious trouble. In the past few days, the country has seen a severe economic setback due to international sanctions. And now, people have taken up social media to voice their anger and disgust towards the secret love child of Russian President Vladimir Putin. Keep watching as we dish you the latest updates on the matter. First, a secret daughter? Putin has always done a great job at hiding his family from both Russian and international media. Little is known about the president's children, and on the rare occasion that one of them is actually identified, Putin does everything he can to make sure the news does not get out. However, in light of recent events, social media users have been digging up a lot of dirt on the Russian president, and they've also managed to identify Vladimir Putin's secret love daughter, Luisa Rozova. Is she really the daughter of Vladimir Putin? We don't know, but is that stopping social media users from leaving harsh and angry comments on the 18-year-old's page? Nope. She's been getting slammed for enjoying such a luxurious lifestyle, while her alleged father, Vladimir Putin, orders Russian forces to spill Ukrainian blood for God knows what gain. On one occasion, she did tell GQ that she looks similar to a young Vlad, but apart from that, both Luisa and Putin have never publicly spoken about each other. To be fair, recent developments have made the entire situation really confusing. Now, what we know so far is that she's the alleged love child of Vladimir Putin, but a lot of sources are calling her the child of a cleaner turned millionaire, Svetlana Krivanaki. Nevertheless, most recent comments posted on her page are in solidarity with Ukrainian civilians, with one post telling Russians to stand up against their ruthless dictator. But surprisingly, while her account is still visible, she's been inactive for the past 5 months. Many are speculating that maybe the Russian president gagged her in the fear that she might speak out. Now let's talk about mixed comments. Honestly speaking, we can't blame the 18-year-old for her father's actions. We don't even know if he actually is her father. But even if he is, it's not her fault. Despite the confusion, social media users have been ganging up on her and leaving a lot of hateful and angry comments. On one post, a social media user called her the daughter of a psychopath, drug addict, war criminal, and murderer. In another post, a user asked her if she was still hiding in her bunker like a rat. But some people have actually stepped up and left comments in support of Luisa, stating that it's not her fault she has a crazy father. But in response, a lot of people say that it is her fault, since she's guilty of passive complicity. Call him. If he loves you, maybe you can convince him not to kill. We don't know what to make of this comment yet, but it's interesting to say the least. One user said that she's actually afraid to comment on the matter or say something to daddy, because if she does, he'll cut her off the big money and she'll lose all her apartments and expensive things. And it doesn't stop there. There was also a comment that she doesn't care about what's happening in Ukraine. Her expensive purses, exotic trips, and visas are more important to her than human life. It's a tricky situation. I mean, what if we find out that she's actually not the daughter of Putin? Then what? She has denied it on multiple occasions in the past. Is she a victim? We don't know. But what we do know is that she's an easy target for people to unleash their anger. The current whereabouts of Luisa are unknown, but Instagrammers think she's chilling at some luxurious villa in Monaco, and some think she's in a high-tech bunker in Serbia. And to think, all this drama started after a computing scientist made a bold claim using some data. According to the scientist, he ran some tests and compared the facial structure of Vladimir Putin and Luisa Rozova. He found that Luisa's face was 70.44% similar to Vladimir Putin's. Then he went on to make an assumption that they actually might be related to each other. It's almost bizarre at this point. Luisa has denied it on numerous occasions, but just because the software said that their faces are 70% similar, she's the secret love child of a Russian president. It's almost like the research that found a 60% similarity between the DNA of humans and a banana. So does that mean each one of us is 60% banana? It doesn't, right? So how could we say she's his daughter, just because their faces are alike? We still have to consider the fact that there's a war going on and sentiments are high. People need a target to take their anger out on, and since Vladimir Putin couldn't care less, Luisa Rozova's the next easiest target. Now in other related news, clashes in Kharkiv and negotiations. The invasion has been going on for 7 days now, and Russian troops have made their way to the second largest city in Ukraine, Kharkiv. On one hand, you have the top delegations of both countries negotiating to avoid civilian bloodshed and reach some sort of common ground, and at the other, you have a full-fledged clash going on in the streets of Kharkiv. As gunshots echo in the streets of Kharkiv, the location for a second round of negotiations is yet to be decided. The first round of negotiations took place at the Ukraine-Belarus border, and nothing positive came out of it. In fact, Vladimir Putin advises generals to stay alert in case Russia needed to launch a nuclear strike. According to locals and Ukrainian officials, there is not an inch of land in Kharkiv where an artillery shell has not landed. Eyewitnesses also report that Russian airborne troops parachuted into the city and attacked a local hospital. More than a dozen civilians have lost their lives as per Ukrainian media, and so far, nearly nearly 500 Russian casualties have been reported. It's really turning into a scary situation. We're hoping both countries are able to reach a middle ground and figure something out. Next, European support and help from China. In the first few days of the invasion, we mainly saw European countries extend their support to Ukrainian forces and civilians. A lot of countries aided Ukraine by sending over either monetary donations or military equipment. And at the same time, we are yet to see a government openly support Russia. But if you think about it, staying quiet actually shows whose side you're on. Or maybe some countries don't want to pick a side. But in any case, harm to civilians should always be condemned no matter what. The Ukrainian foreign minister also contacted his Chinese counterpart and requested help to reach a diplomatic solution to finally put an end to the carnage. In return, the Chinese foreign minister, Wang Yi, responded in an extremely diplomatic fashion. Wang Yi said that a country's security should not come at the expense of some other country. He further added that China is seriously concerned about the harm to civilian life and is willing to play the role of a mediator between the two countries. However, Wang Yi said that China fiercely opposes the international sanctions placed against Russia, as dialogue is the only solution to stop the fighting. We'll just have to wait and watch now. Maybe China will be a part of the second round of negotiations. Next, treated like animals. It's really heartwarming to see countries opening up their borders to take in refugees fleeing Ukraine as Russia continues to bomb major cities. Almost 800,000 refugees have fled the country so far, which is really good since it is putting civilian life out of danger. But at the same time, we've also been hearing more reports of mistreatment and racism by the Ukrainian border guards. After standing in the queue for almost 9 hours, Zimbabwean student Blarney Mufaro Gure finally reached the front of the crossing at Ukraine's western border at Krakowicz. It was her turn to cross, but all of a sudden, the border guards pulled her and 4 other African students to the side, giving priority to Ukrainian nationals. It took the 5 students hours of begging to finally be allowed to cross the border. Gururi later commented on the incident, stating that they were treated like animals. Even in a time of war, when human life should be given importance, people are not ready to look beyond race and nationalities. We are hoping the Ukrainian government takes action on this soon. Each life is equal. Lastly, 65 kilometers of violence. A huge Russian convoy stretching nearly 65 kilometers is slowly making its way for Kyiv. It's full of armored vehicles, tanks, and other deadly machinery. It's like a 65-kilometer convoy from hell, and we're really hoping both countries are able to end this war through peaceful negotiations. Because if things don't go well, this war could enter a deadly phase of mass murder and complete destruction. We're hopeful things will go much better in the second round of negotiations. So what do you think of today's video? Do you think Luisa Rosova is really Putin's secret love child? Will Chinese intervention finally end the war? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more exciting and informative videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.